Good morning, everybody. It's Jenny Peterson, author of the Cancer Survivor's Garden Companion, and this is your wellness tip of the day. I want to talk to you for a minute about herbs, and I'm going to give you a quick tour of my herb garden right behind me here. You can see it here. It's all around my fire pit area. I'm often asked when I do speaking presentations or in interviews, if I could only grow one plant for the rest of my life, or one type of plant, what would it be? And hands down, it's herbs. Herbs, you can do so many different things with them. You can cook with them, bake with them, use them for garnishes and salads. You can throw them into green drinks, smoothies, juicing. You can use them in cocktails. Lots of different things you can do with them. They're healthy. You can make them into like bath tea bags or tinctures or all sorts of healthy, wonderful, delicious things. And they're super easy to grow. So if you have not ever grown any edibles before, you know, fruits, vegetables, that kind of thing, maybe start with the herbs. The herbs are so easy. They don't require a lot of fertilizer. They do need about as much sun as you can give them. Some have different watering requirements, but I'll kind of go over that in a sec. But anyway, just wanted to encourage you really to grow your own herbs. They are so useful, they're healthful and delicious. So come along with me because I'm going to give you a tour of my herb garden. This is my herb garden here, and it's right outside my back door, and I mean right outside. What I'm standing on right now is my back patio, which pretty much everybody has. And way beyond, we're still constructing it, but way beyond back there, you can kind of see, I'm going to point with my finger right there, is where we are creating our raised bed vegetable garden area and cut flower area. It's going to be 5 large beds, and they're masonry. They're all mortared rock. But I don't want to have to go all the way back there to clip herbs. This is a full acre lot, so I want my herbs to be more handy. So here's what I have here. Here's my fire pit area. Over here I've got, I've got some knockout roses. I've got lavender. I have 2 different types of thyme. I've got lemon balm here. I've got chives, and you guys, these chives overwintered from last year. I've got parsley. In this tower here, I have nasturtiums on the top because those are edible flowers, and I'm really kind of getting into that. And then I'm going to be adding more mints as the season goes along, but I'm planting all these different types of mints in the pockets. And the reason I'm doing that is because mint can really take over a garden very quickly. So if I planted them in the ground here, they could take over this whole area where that one little parsley is, and they could really be kind of invasive and pesky and annoying. So I'm planting them in what's basically a container, but they're going to have a lot of space for their root system and give me a lot of goodness. So back here is just more of like, okay, this is where all the poppies have sprung up. I did not plant poppies there, but I love them, so I'm kind of letting them do their thing for right now. I've got ornamental grasses and Mexican bush sage. So as we're coming around on this side here, I have lemon basil on the right, which I've never tried before. I'm excited about that. And I've just have my regular large leaf basil there. And coming around this side, I have upright rosemary, which I love. And basically I start a new bush every year right in the same spot, because within a year it's gonna, you see how much space it has right there? Within a year it's gonna take over that entire space. And then I have more lemon balm here. I really like lemon balm, and it can kind of take over sort of like the mints, but right now mine are happy in their one little spot. Now I do have, okay, so here's a lemon tree, and over there is a lime tree. Even though we covered them up over the winter, they froze back. And I am getting some new growth on the bottom here. But I don't know if I'm gonna have to wait like 5 years for lemons now. So I might just have to start over with a little lemon and lime tree again. It kind of pains me to have to do that, but that's kind of, gardening is kind of like that. So I just wanted to give you an idea of what I have in my herb garden. You don't have to plant every herb. Just plant the herbs that you know you're gonna love. I always want to have chives on hand. I always want to have rosemary on hand and basil. Those are sort of my go-tos. And I really like to have mint for, making cocktails or making iced teas or, you know, things like that over the summertime. So I just wanted to give you an idea that you don't have to have a whole lot of space to grow herbs. You really don't. This is a very small garden right here on a big property, but it's a small garden. And you could even grow herbs on a balcony. You just have to have a good deal of sun. That's the one requirement of most herbs. Now, like I said before in the intro, different herbs have different requirements, but in general, they do like a good deal of sun. So I hope you enjoyed my tour of my herb garden around my fire pit area, and hope it's encouraging you to grow your own herbs. So you guys, you don't have to have a whole lot of space for herbs, but do make sure they get enough sun. That's a huge requirement. Know what your watering requirements are. That's true with any plant. And then make it so that plant them to in a place where it's convenient for you to go and harvest them. If you've got to trek to the back of your property, which I used to do, I guarantee you're not going to use those herbs the way you intended, and then that's just disappointing for everybody. So, hope you enjoyed the tour of my herb garden and maybe got inspired to grow a few herbs of your own. Please join me again tomorrow on another wellness tip of the day. Until I talk with you next time, be well and keep gardening.